Hello LinkedIn. This is just a quick video to answer a question. This time it's about how much risk can you take on when you're making change. For example, I had a client who is working on being bolder in her requests and being more direct in expressing what she wants and what she thinks at work. And so she asked me, how do I know how far to take this? How do I know how much is too much and how much is too much of a risk to take on, especially if it's with her boss? So this is my quick answer. So risk, or taking on risk, entails a level of engaging with the unknown. And engaging with the unknown entails a level of trust, in that we can't know exactly what the outcome is going to be. So we have to trust on some level that it's gonna be kind of okay one way or another. And certainly that we can count on ourselves to know what to do if things go a little bit sideways or the outcome is unexpected. So there's a lady called Rachel, I can't remember her name, but if you Google this expression, you'll find her. She says, trust is a responsible engagement with the unknown. And so this is the principle I would suggest using if you're trying to think about how much risk to take, especially now when things are so uncertain. In fact, I would modify that sentence a little bit before going into it a little bit and say trust, which enables you to engage with risk. So trust is an intentional and intuitive engagement with the unknown. So what do I mean by that? So number one, trust is intentional, or an intentional engagement with the unknown. And that means bringing consciousness or awareness to the risk, or to the sense of the unknown, the sense of risk that you're taking. Once you do that, you'll start to find that you have certain beliefs that determine your risk appetite, that determine how much you think you can cope with. And usually, if your risk appetite is low, it means that your assumptions are that risk is dangerous, that somehow you won't be able to cope. And that will be rooted in some of your experiences, your family upbringing, the culture around you, and so on. And so digging into that will give you some tools, will give you a handle and more clarity over how much risk you want to take. So that you're not just sort of flip-flopping around thinking, should I do this, should I not? You start to gain more awareness and therefore feel more in control. Secondly, trust is an intuitive engagement with the unknown. So what do I mean by that? If you're finding that you're in a bit of a dilemma, you're likely dealing with a complex decision. It's not black or white, it's not a 2 + 2 = 4, it's a bit more complex. There are probably many factors that you do not have control over. So you don't have control over how people react. We try to manipulate, we try to do things that make us feel we can control people's reactions, but we can't. It's a waste of time. So understanding that complex decisions cannot be calculated, they can be modeled, but you can never get 100% foolproof answer. And that's where intuition comes in, as Nobel Prize laureate Daniel Kahneman explained in his book. That's where intuition comes in, and it can compute things in a more helpful way than just trying to think it through rationally when you don't actually have all the variables, and you certainly don't have control over the variables. So tuning into your intuition, and your intuition operates when you're calm, when you're maybe not so focused on a problem or a decision, when you're not so activated. So it's important that you do what you need to feel calm, to be connected to your intuition. And these two elements, the intentionality and the intuition, will help you know how much risk you want to take on in your work, in your decisions, in your life. So if you're wondering how to handle risk or a big decision in your life, remember that you need trust, and that trust is an intentional and intuitive engagement with the unknown. I hope that helps. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.